Jace sat at his cluttered desk, staring at the empty screen in front of him. His camera was already set up on the tripod, its lens pointing straight at him like an unblinking eye. He wiped his sweaty palms on his jeans and glanced around his small bedroom. Posters of his YouTuber Mr. Beast hung on the walls. His computer hummed quietly in the corner, and his microphone, still in its box, sat untouched. He had everything he needed, except for the courage to hit record. Jace had been thinking about starting a YouTube channel for months. He loved watching creators talk about the things they were passionate about, whether it was movies, gaming, pranks, or just life in general. They made it look so effortless, sitting in front of the camera, speaking with confidence, their videos filled with slick edits and funny moments. It felt like a world he could be part of. But now that he was here, ready to film his first video, it wasn't as easy as he thought. He was so nervous. He rethought his decision to shoot videos. His throat felt dry and his mind raced with doubts. What if no one watches? What if they watch and hate it? What if I look awkward? He had never been the outgoing type, and the idea of putting himself out there where anyone could judge him was terrifying. Jace opened his notebook and looked at the list he had scribbled earlier. It was supposed to be a simple introduction, a quick video explaining who he was, why he was starting the channel, and what viewers could expect. He had rehearsed it in his head 1,000 times, but now the words felt stuck. He sighed, leaned back in his chair, and stared at the ceiling. Just one video, he muttered to himself. You just need to make one video. No one's going to see it anyway. The thought was oddly comforting. In a sea of millions of videos uploaded every day, his would be just a drop. It didn't have to be perfect. It didn't even have to be good. He just needed to start. With shaky hands, he picked up the microphone, unboxed it, and plugged it into his laptop. The soft click of the mic's power switch felt heavier than it should have. He cleared his throat, adjusted the camera one more time, and sat back down. Jace hit, record. For a moment he froze. The small red dot in the corner of his screen blinked back at him, waiting. He could hear his heart pounding in his ears. His mouth felt like sandpaper. He forced a smile. Hey, everyone. Or, anyone, he began, stumbling over the words. He felt a wave of embarrassment wash over him, and for a split second he thought about stopping, deleting the recording, and forgetting the whole thing. But something inside him kept going. My name's Jace, and this is my first YouTube video. I'm honestly not sure what I'm doing, but I've wanted to start a channel for a while now. So here we are. The nerves didn't go away, but he kept talking. Slowly the words began to flow. He talked about his love for movies, how he wanted to review them, break them down, and share his thoughts with other people who were just as passionate about storytelling as he was. He talked about his fears too, the fear of judgment, of failure, but how he was trying to push past them. By the time he finished, he sat there in silence, the camera still rolling. His hands were still shaking, but there was a strange sense of relief now. He had done it. He had actually done it. Jace hit stop and stared at the screen. His reflection blinked back at him, tired but proud. The video was far from perfect. His voice wavered, his lighting was off, and there were awkward pauses he knew he would cringe at during editing. But it was a start. He spent the next few hours editing the video, cutting out long silences, and adding a simple intro he had made in Photoshop. It wasn't flashy, but it was enough. Every click of the mouse felt like progress, like he was taking control of something that had once seemed impossible. Finally, with the video edited and exported, Jace hovered over the upload button. His finger hesitated again. The same doubts came flooding back. But then he remembered the creators he admired. They all had to start somewhere. Maybe their first videos weren't perfect either. He took a deep breath and clicked upload. As the video processed, Jace leaned back in his chair, staring at the screen. There it was, a tiny thumbnail with his face on it, waiting to be seen by the world. His chest tightened at the thought. What now? He wondered. But in that moment, none of the fear mattered. He had taken the first step. His channel was real, his voice was out there, and even if only one person watched, it would be worth it. The hardest part was over. Now, all he had to do was keep going. Thanks for watching our video. Do subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.